Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is an awesome, amazing, phenomenal, great, grand day, and I am so happy to be here. I have been on this journey for a little while, longer than most of you, with our sister, our friend, our advocate, Ebony. So I'm really excited to be here today so that we can be introduced communally and corporately to HeartWorks Consulting. And if you guys can with me, give a big cheer and round of applause, make some noise. Woo! So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So if you can, we've got some good stuff to talk about today. And you know, whenever Ebony Turk's name is mentioned, we know that behind her follows greatness, right? So we've got some great things to talk about today. So if you can at all, please, please, please stick around. Right now, we're going to get into today's presentation to present HeartWorks Consulting. And just a few housekeeping rules. If you are not speaking, if you can go ahead and mute yourself. If you can do that, if you are not speaking, you can go ahead and mute yourself. We do understand if you need to step away, but Ebony has made it very clear because I tried to get her to use another platform. She says, no, I want to see everybody's face. So if you can have your cameras on so she can see your smiles and your reactions, that'll be great as well. But right now, I'm going to introduce a lady who is by no means a stranger to any of us. She is phenomenal. She is awesome. She's actually, coincidentally, my mom to the work. And so I'm really excited to introduce the co-executive director for the PWN network, and she will be introducing our honoree and our founder today. Please welcome Miss Vanita Ray.
Hey folks, oh my goodness. Hi everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Vanita Ray. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And thank you, Marvin. You know, no matter what, makes my heart sing to just hear your name, your voice.
Hey, Mama, love you.
I love you. I am extremely honored to not only just witness this. You know, I didn't need a front seat to be this joyful over what's going on. I could have been in the back row and still felt this. I'm really, really honored to be part of the launch of something so historic. And, you know, I long for the day when it isn't so historic, but it still is, to see Black women, a Black woman living and leaning into her true Black girl magic, right? And I'm just really thrilled. I was trying to think about how to say this morning. I was in the doctor's office with my laptop crying, because so much emotion came over me when I thought of how do I introduce Ebony in a way that y'all all know her, but to know her in some of her vulnerabilities and to know her in her realness and her integrity. I'm not surprised that the title of her organization is HeartWorks. I wasn't surprised. That's who Ebony is. It's truly an honor to share this moment with Ebony. She knows how much I do not like to have to speak like this, but I do it out of love for folks, and I couldn't say no. And I'm so excited for her that I needed to be here. And I want to thank Ebony for allowing me to introduce her. I first met Ebony, you know, I was thinking back, how the hell did I get to know Ebony? And y'all know what? I don't know if she remembers it. Ebony, I didn't even know who Ebony was, and I don't know how she got my information, but she was getting ready to move to Dallas. And yeah, I'm crying. I was crying in the doctor's office, and every time I thought about this, but I started getting these Facebook messages from some woman saying she's moving to Texas and need a job. And I didn't know who she was, so I might answer and go away, and then she would send it again. I had no idea. And I don't know when later I found out that it was Ebony Turk, and she moved to Dallas. I didn't end up helping her, but she changed the game the minute she hit the ground in Dallas. Dallas ain't never been the same, right? Folks hadn't been able to organize a chapter, Ebony did it. Folks hadn't been able to do this, Ebony was doing it. She read it, she did it. I was so proud of her. And I don't know how she connected to me. If you all don't know, and I don't know if I've ever told Ebony this, I consider her one of I have a bunch of, just like Marvin, community sons, daughters, nieces, and nephews. And I consider Ebony one of those. She's a colleague, a friend. She's been my co-conspirator. I have watched her evolve over the last, I would say, 6 years, very intentionally, from her understanding of race, racism, anti-Blackness, and what that meant, right, Ebony? I mean, from a time that she was like, no, I got white people in my family, I can't do that. Until a time, okay, they might be in my family, but the rest of these white folks got some work to do. Until her telling me, you know what, Vanita, it's a lot of work to be woke. Yeah, it is, Ebony, but it's the way to be. And so she's been a colleague, a friend. I've been her supervisor, but I need to tell y'all that it was a lot of times Ebony was supervising me. Okay, if you know Ebony, you know the truth, right? That Ebony has her own, just like you said, you try to get her to do something your way, Ebony has her own way. And I think that's what makes her Ebony, because she has an intuition that I want to say intuition and a wisdom that is really far exceeding her years on this physical plane. She knows it too. We've talked about it. She's told me a lot of what she wasn't going to do. She's told me a lot of what I needed to do. And y'all know what the truth is? She was right a lot of times. We have tussled over what I should say, should not say, what she should say, what report she wasn't going to write, how she don't want to do it that way. And you know what I always respected about her? It was never a tussle to me. Ebony probably told me in the last 2 years that she was quitting probably 3 or 4 times. And you know what? Instead of being upset as a person who had to manage some of her work, I appreciated her honesty. I appreciated her realness and the fact that she could have that conversation, because we all feel that way, right? So Ebony, when she does stuff, she brings that realness, that authenticity. I was trying to think of some adjectives to tell you about who Ebony is. She has the spirit of a warrior. She has the walk of a queen. She has the intuition and wisdom far beyond her years. And I said that before, and I just need to say it again, because Ebony feels stuff deeply. If her spirit ain't right with it, she ain't right with it. If you know her, you know that's the truth. She understands who she is and who she's connected to. Ebony has a strong connection with her ancestors and the people that she calls on and whose blood that she has. She has a deep love for her family, and her greatest role in life is being a mother to her sons. She wears her heart on her sleeve, which causes her pain at times, but it also directs her where she needs to be. If you know Ebony, you know there's something special about Ebony. And you know that she can do anything she sets her mind to do. Ebony is pure Black girl magic. Ebony's kryptonite is red tape and bureaucracy, y'all. Woo! I can't wait to see in her own firm what's getting ready to happen. I'm so glad that she's doing this with other sisters, and that's another feature of Ebony. Her communalness, her understanding and love of community. She didn't set off to do this on her own. I'm so proud of her for that. So one of y'all gonna be doing that red tape and paperwork, because y'all know, I said her kryptonite was some of you Georgia folks, I'm gonna say that, and some red tape and bureaucracy, because I ain't never seen Ebony say, I can't work with this group. And she finally told me one day, them Georgia people don't like me. I can't do it. And I ain't never seen her do it. Her superpower, I've asked her these questions before, y'all. Her superpower is her gift with people. She's an empath, an intuitive, and her gift with people. And then she has a strong business sense and a determination and understanding. She knows how to read the room. She knows how to read what folks need. She knows how to read what folks are going through. And yeah, there might be one Georgia piece she liked, but some of y'all mistreated my girl. I was like, no, you ain't got to go back there. But she has a gift with people. and it's why so many of you all love her. Ebony is brilliant. She's creative. She's intuitive. I could just go on, and this ain't my moment, but I've watched her evolve in believing in herself, her understanding of race and anti-Blackness. I've seen her evolve in trust in the process of her discomfort, that it meant that there was a new thing around the corner, that there was something else for her. So HeartWorks, not surprised by the title because of who Ebony is. I'm not surprised at the fact that she has her sisters with her, and who I send you all much love to, because y'all get ready to do the damn thing. I'm already advertising for y'all. We can no longer introduce Ribbon as the only consultant firm led by women living with HIV, Black women living with HIV. I'm really proud of that. And Ebony, I want to end by saying, I know your mother is proud. You often, and I'm gonna be just real here, want to make sure that she's doing the things that her mom would want her to do, or if she's not, and when she's felt that discomfort, did it mean I need to change, or Mom, you're with me and I need to just sit through it? I believe that your mom is proud, and that she would want you to keep trusting yourself, trusting the gift that she gave you, and know that you can do anything at all. You are a true Black girl magic. I'm so proud of you. It is my honor and privilege to introduce the founder and president of HeartWorks Consulting. Damn, let me say it again. HeartWorks Consulting, and Kamari, I'm looking at you too, because you ain't no stranger in this too. Lisa, all of y'all, I know why y'all were drawn together. I'm so excited for y'all. It's my honor to introduce the founder and president of HeartWorks Consulting, LLC, my friend, my colleague, my community daughter, because there's nothing that I wouldn't do for you, Ebony. I give y'all Ebony Turk, the woman of the hour. We love you. I love you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Anita. I did not expect to be told up like this. That was the best introduction I have ever received. And I am so honored and thankful that you were able to do that for me. I didn't expect that. You see me, and I appreciate that. And I always know you see me, but you see me. You even brought my mama into this room. Thank you so much. I love you, and I appreciate the introduction. I got to get myself together. I'm just crying. Thank you so much. Yes, I have learned so much from Vanita, but I'm going to talk about that later. But thank you all for being here today with me. I'm very grateful to each and every one of you for sharing this space with me today, because it's really important for me. I'm going to start off by saying, first of all, this slide that you see, Ebony Turk, founder and CEO, National Public Health Consultant. Oh my God. If you all knew how scared I was to do this, and now it is done, and that is who I am. And this is new. This is a new journey for me. This is a new journey for the people who are taking it with me. So we are absolutely learning as we go. So I am so glad you guys are here with us, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. Now that I've calmed down emotionally, we can go ahead and get into this presentation, because I want to tell you who HeartWorks is, what it is, what we do, why you should support it and talk about it, and all of the things, because I need every single person on this call. I have family, I have friends, I have people from the HIV community, everybody on this call. I need all of you in order. We need each other when we're trying to be successful in business. So I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Even those of you who are live on Facebook, thank you so much for being here. I see each and every one of you in the comments. I can't respond right now, but I see you. All right, let's go. So how did I birth this idea? So the year 2019, 2020, I lost my biggest supporter, my mother. And that year I lost approximately 20 people that I loved, that was close to me. It was a tough year, but it was a year of reflection. It was a year of, all right, Ebony, now you don't have any parents. What are you going to do in this life? What are you going to do from here moving forward? And it started to make me think about my legacy. What do I want to leave my children? What legacy do I want to leave in my community? What do I have a passion to do? And why am I not doing what I'm passionate about? And to be truthful, I was working in I was working with PWN, and I am passionate about that work, but there's a deeper work that I wanted to do in my community. I'm still crying, I'm sorry, y'all. So, and thinking about that, I got up and I was really depressed too. And then we had 2020, right? COVID, isolation, more thinking about legacy, thinking about what does my future hold? So in doing that, I said, well, right now, HIV is what I do well, connected with people in this community, public health as in general. As you see, my title has changed a lot because we're learning, and I don't want to really be stronghold necessarily by HIV, because yes, I work with people living with HIV. I am a woman living with HIV. I've been living with HIV for 20 years. I am, it has been a journey. It has been some good times, some bad times, but I've overcome. And now I'm, living and thriving, and I want other women living with HIV to do that as well. So during COVID, I noticed that through my work with PWN, there was a lot of women in isolation. There's a lot of women who don't have the services that I had 20 years ago that helped me move forward and helped me become a better me. So I started doing some research, and I noticed that in the multiple states, there are a lack of psychosocial services for women living with HIV universally. And for women, our mental, our emotional is really important. Everybody, but for women, in order to get us healthy, get us in care, just telling somebody to go to the doctor, just telling me when I was back in the day to go to the doctor didn't help. So I know personally that we need more, programs. We need more, we need help to get us to the other side. So, and I want women, the importance of women living longer and healthier lives, their quality of life and care is really important to me, because I know how living a quality life, having quality services, having quality healthcare, and then not having it, or, I know both sides, and I know the quality makes my life easier, makes my life better, and extends my life. So I want other women to experience that too. Lastly, thinking about the need for successful programs and support for the brilliant women living with HIV that I know. Back then, people may not have known I was as brilliant as I am. I've met through PWN so many brilliant women living with HIV, and through my work in communities, so many brilliant women living with HIV. And I said, we've lived through this, we've learned, we've worked at agencies. Why we can't do it? And I said, we can. And I'm going to start something, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to bring some of my sisters along with us. So that's how this idea came about. HeartWorks Consulting. Our vision is to change the world by rewriting, reconstructing, and reimagining the stigmatic narratives of HIV. And I think one of the biggest stigmatic narratives is that in our own community is with service providers and people who serve women living with HIV. One of the biggest stigmatic narratives is that we can't run programs. We can't be in charge. We can't lead. Well, clearly, you know, the times are changing, and we want to show people that we can help, you know, move programs along. We can help grow. We can help end new acquisitions of HIV. We can help improve the lives of women living with HIV and people living with HIV in general. I always say, you take care of the women in your community, you take care of everybody in your community. So we want to change those stigmatic narratives that we just because we're living with HIV, we have to be poor. The reason why I was adamant about not starting a non-for-profit, because I've seen how so many people I love work so hard in the non-for-profits, and I respect them and I love them. And I wanted to do something where I'm not saying, I've said enough, that I'll do the work, just, you don't have to pay me. I've said that enough. So I wanted to start an organization where me and the women who are working with me are getting paid what we are worth for the work that we do. And simply the mission, really quickly, HeartWorks Consulting mission is to increase the abilities of communities and organizations that serve persons living with HIV through education, creative programming, capacity building, and strategic planning. Next slide. So, HeartWorks Consulting. Why us? What are we doing? How can we help? We can help by deepening community engagement. So a lot of times in programs, for when people do develop programs for women living with HIV, people living with HIV, one of the huge problems is they don't know how to engage community because they don't live in community, or they're not in the community with the people. Myself and the consultant experts that I'm partnering with, we all are a part of the national community. That's what's so dope about us. We're part of the national community. We literally go into these communities, walk with other women, hear from other women. We're on calls with them constantly. We have a national support group through PWN that we talk about all the things that's happening in the United States. That is super powerful, because that means we know how to go deep in community, even rural areas where people are not being touched. We have people to help them, to assist in helping them create and get support in those areas. Cultural barriers. Benita told y'all about my racial justice, my racial biases, and all of the things I've learned about racial justice. And one of the things that we know why programming don't work when agencies and health departments and CDCs created is because culturally, the thing that you created does not resonate with us. So we want to make sure we can fill in that gap. Meaningful programming. I absolutely hate when there's a program and I don't know why I'm there, because people's time is valuable, especially women. Women are taking care, even if they don't have children, women are taking care of something or somebody, whether it's an animal, a parent, a community, they are taking care of something or somebody. So the programming that they attend, that they come to, even if it's to help them, needs to be meaningful. We can't just put things together and they have no meaning behind them, or it's just to reach a demographic, or just to satisfy something that's on a grant. We don't need that. We can do that, but we need to do it meaningfully. Of course, supporting other people living with HIV in their work. We want to, we want to show other people living with HIV that, yes, just for numbers. We want to show other people living with HIV that, they can follow their passions. We want to show other people we want to support other people living with HIV. Like, there's a lot of peer navigators. There's a lot of community health workers. We've been there. We've done that. Myself and my partner expert consultants have walked through a lot of programming and been through a lot of experiences, so we can support them in their new walk or the walk they're going through. So we want to support other people in the work, living with HIV in the work. We want to plan for success because, as Benita told you guys, I don't like doing anything unless I'm successful at it. And I know that might sound, impossible, and I'm very hard. I'm very serious about my success. So we want to make sure that the thing that we do is successful. So we also want to grow programs because right now there are not a lot of programs out there meaningful programs out there for women living with HIV. So we want to make sure that women are taken care of because it's too many of them in isolation. It's too many of us out here not growing. And there are sustainable, great programs that can work. I know because I've been through so many of them, and they are the reason why I am who I am today. And the best way to pivot a program that's not working is by bringing in somebody who can be a new thought partner, who can give you new ideas, who can see it from a fresh perspective. We will be able to do that. And doing the work and winning for the community. Benita told us Ribbon Consulting Firm is the first consulting firm that is ran by women living with HIV. This is the second. We want to win. So us winning, us being able to do this work and helping with this work will eventually help us stop new acquisitions of HIV. Will help us get women living with HIV into great programming, into great care, making sure they're doing what they need to be healthy and living their dreams. We want them to live their dreams. We want the community to live their dreams because, as we know, HIV won't be here forever. I mean, we may, until they find a cure, we may live with it forever, but it won't be a hot topic forever. Right now, actually, COVID is kind of taking over. So we want to make sure our community knows that they can live, they can thrive, they can do and live out their desires. But the only way you live out your desires is if you're healthy. Next slide. So a few services that we pointed out to offer. These are not an extensive list of services. We actually we will consider any and all jobs. If you consider us, we will consider you. I'm not saying we'll take them, but we will consider any and all jobs. So outreach and prevention program design and assessment. We all have done that, know that we can do that. Expert peer patient navigator training and mentoring services. One of our expert consultants runs a national call for peers living with HIV who are working in fields. And we know there are new ones that are coming in. We know there are ones that need support. So we want to be able to train and support peers and patient navigators, community health workers, whatever they're called in your area. Of course, we can do any type of, I'm not gonna say any, multiple types of workshop training and facilitation. We have a ton of topics. Empowerment speaking, all of us. Once you see who my expert consultants are, all of us can do empowerment speaking and any other needs that relates to people living with HIV. So as I said, these are just some we pointed out, but we are willing to talk about any program that you wish to talk to us about to see if it's something that we can do. So why should you choose HeartWorks Consulting? As I said, we think outside the box. We have fresh eyes. We have many experiences in many places in this world. We talk to many other people living with HIV on a regular basis. So we have a lot of ideas. Our work comes from the heart. HeartWorks Consulting was named HeartWorks Consulting, and it is what it is because I don't do anything. Let me say this, I do my best work from the heart. And I learned that because sometimes people ask me to do stuff, and if it wasn't coming from my heart and my soul, it wasn't right, and I wasn't happy with it. but anything that I do from my heart, it is always successful. It is always amazing, and it always is able to change or help whatever, wherever I'm trying to help. So the consultants that I consulted with are other ladies who I know work from their heart and spirit. So we love human life, and we believe all people living with HIV should be treated like humans, not like a number, not like they're not worth it. Humans who are brilliant, who love, who just are in sometimes unfortunate situation, and sometimes just learned they living with HIV. So we need to make sure that they know their worth. We strategize as a team and think about solutions. We value and quality work. We want to make sure people living with HIV, of course, live healthy, meaningful, quality lives, and we know that quality service and meaningful programs helps that happen. We are all women living with HIV, and we know firsthand what works and some of what doesn't. And let's meet our partner experts. We are going, unfortunately, Alicia couldn't be on today because she had to go take care of something. So I'm gonna just lift her up. Alicia Diggs, she's in North Carolina. Alicia is right now working on a research team. So she is very focused on research and women living with HIV. Alicia also is an author. So she's a writer, and she has many other skills. I am going to let my other ladies one by one come off, and they have a few minutes to tell you who they are and what their specialty is. Let's go with Connie. Connie, can you come off mute and talk to us?
Good afternoon, everybody. I am so excited for this event. I'm just going to give you like a tad bit of a backstory of how we get here to this moment. I moved to Chicago from South Carolina in 2011, and I attended a conference for women who were particularly thinking about running for a political office, whether it's local, however it comes out. So we were at this conference, and there was a special cohort of women who were living with HIV. And there might have been about 200 women. And I didn't know how many of us were in this space that were living with HIV, but I knew there were some others of us there. And we sat down for lunch during one session. And lo and behold, I'm sitting next to this giant of a woman named Ebony Turk. And so we start talking, and I tell her my story. And there was something in her mind. It was almost like I saw it happen. Something in her mind clicked. It was like, that is not right. Like, what happened to you is not right. And I'm going to do something to help. And lo and behold, she invited me into all of these various spaces in Chicago that I know I would not have had access to, and made me a family member. And so our bond goes beyond HIV, because also while I'm in Chicago, we're going to different festivals and just kind of hanging out and really becoming sister friends. So I am so happy and so honored to be a part of this. Like, this is more than a business. This is more than just consulting work. This is more than just HIV work. This is legacy, and this is vision. This is fulfillment of purpose. And to be a part of that is an honor. And so, yeah, Ebony, I love you, girl. My name is Connie Johnson. I am a resident of Orangeburg, South Carolina. I have been living with HIV for almost 20 years. I am an author. I am also a global HIV/AIDS advocate. I specialize in women living with HIV and the root causes of women living with HIV globally. So we're talking about education inequality, gender-based violence, as well as economic inequalities, educational inequalities. And so that's where I thrive. I want to look at how did we get here, and how do we fix those root causes so that there's not another generation of women and girls who have to walk in these shoes. So I am at the place of, that's great. Let's do all the prevention work in the world, but we have to get to these root causes. And that's where I thrive. I also am a workshop facilitator and curriculum creator. So.
Thank you, Connie. Sonia Taylor, let's go. Or do we have your name up there? Oh my God, I'm sorry, Miss Sonia. Let's go. Are you here? I know I seen Miss Sonia come in. If you're here, Miss Sonia, come off mute. All right, and if not, Lisa, let's go to Lisa.
Hello, everyone. Lisa Johnson-Lett, pronouns she, her, hers. Can you hear me? Oh, go ahead, Ms. Sonia. Ms. Sonia came in?
I told her.
Miss Sonia, you here?
There's nothing on her, but you wouldn't listen.
Okay, I'm not sure, but please put your phone on mute if you just came in.
I was very clear. So, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Lisa.
I identify as a cisgender Black woman offering over 25 years of lived experience with HIV as a subject matter expert. I advocate for change by changing the narratives, the trajectory of HIV, one person at a time. A veteran of the United States Armed Forces Branch Army with 7 tours of duty, including 1 overseas assignment. So I am a believer of diversity and inclusion. A native of New York, the borough of Queens, who now resides in Alabama as a peer professional, where the peer specialist is the community for HIV, where I believe the only way to do great work is to love what you do. This work is my heart, and I have the passion, because when I think about the framework, it's much greater than you and I, and it's what keeps my flame ignited. I offer a client-centered approach and the principle of purpose-centered education with an awareness of 5 dimensions of learning founded upon Audrey Cohen during the feminist movement. I'm a trauma-informed HIV-specific care champion, offering peer supportive services, healing spaces, and empowerment through awareness and education. I'm a group facilitator grounded in the roots of cultural diversity. I'm an orator, public speaker, announcer, and recently accepted to the VA Voices Toastmaster. I'm a content creator, developer, organizer, and moderator in person or online digital, focusing on intersectionality through the lens of HIV and reproductive justice, offering hope, strength, and reassurance. I value awareness, autonomy, equality, and equity, meaningful involvement, mentorship, resilience, root cause analysis, self-efficacy, and self-identity. As a peer support specialist, I'm also a storyteller. I empower truth. Our job in this field is not to deny the story, but to defy the ending, to rise strong, recognize our story, and rumble with the truth, until we get to a place where we think, yes, this is what happened. The truth is, people are still dying because of untreated HIV. Although we have Ryan White insurance, the AIDS drug assistance programs, ADAP, the now monthly injectables are 1 pill a day instead of all the highly active antiretroviral regimen treatments such as HEART, cocktails, sometimes up to 20 pills a day. Providers and research claims HIV is not a death sentence. But when did people live with HIV stop dying? According to one of my colleagues, we may not die of physical death, but we do have life-saving medications. We die because of internal and external stigma. We die because of emotional turmoil, stress, dismay, and loss of hope. We die because we lack sense of inclusion and belonging. So we become numb, we isolate, we harness ourselves into solitude, deep confinement, and depression. We become overwhelmed with anxiety. We die due to HIV diaspora, lack of awareness and sense of purpose. We die to limited understanding of health literacy, lack of MIPA in certain organizations. People with HIV are the heartbeat of every AIDS servicing and community-based organization, and anywhere where there's Ryan White and ADAP funding. To be courageous, we have to understand and face fear. According to Nelson Mandela, as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Today is celebration plus liberation. HeartWorks takes us from oppression to liberation. HeartWorks embraces MIPA and supports the services needed to change the trajectory of HIV and birthing legacy. Steve Jobs once said, "For the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." HeartWorks is the game changer that will change the world.
Better preach, Lisa. And that's Lisa Johnson-Lett from Alabama. Thank you. We're gonna go to Miss Deirdre Johnson.
Well, hello, everybody. I know you said Johnson was like, who is that? Well, my name is Deirdre Johnson. I am representing Deirdre Speaks. And I promise, I don't know why you had me go after Lisa Johnson-Lett, the preacher, because I promise you, I can't do what she just did. For sure. But the one piece that I would definitely say, this is not just a consulting. We are now a sisterhood of movement changers. I like to say partners in change, but now I might have to revamp that to say sisters in change, where we work together to strive to have and see a change in representation of Black women represented in the HIV movement. As many of you all know, several of the individuals that are listed on this consulting firm have been listed as PAWS 100, have been listed in the top 25, 100. I mean, the top 25 have been on magazine covers, have changed policies, have changed laws, have changed. And the glue, not only that just even starts with it, but the glue that we have figured out has been not just Ebony, but there are also folks like Avenida Reyes, Tori Cooper, Davina Connor, LaSherry James, Kamaria Laffrey, all of the other folks that may not be listed in this moment, but because of that sisterhood and because we are so passionate about the work that we do, but more importantly, and I know it's not to single anyone out, but more importantly about the women that we work with and we represent. And I think I can go as safe as to say is that we include all women and all womanhood in that whole space. And so we're super excited to be a part of this. And what am I bringing to the table? One is motivation and impact, and how we can use our stories and change that for the community, for ourselves, and not only ultimately for the world and everyone that is beside that. We'll be working with engaging folks with speaking. We'll be talking about policy change, as well as consulting on any projects like you said, you present it and we're gonna work with it as best as we can. So we're excited to work with you, Kamaria and Helen and Lisa and Masonia and Connie and Alicia, and of course, the one that brought us all together, Ebony. And very quickly, just will say, Ebony believes in all of us, and she's shown us what true sisterhood is like and what it means to do better, be better, and to get better, and to work with that in love. And to start it all off, you start with the heart. And I can truly say that all of us are leading with the most important part, and that's love. So thank you all, and thank you, Ebony, and we're excited to present to you today.
Thank you so much, Deirdre. Let's go, Kamaria.
Y'all, oh my gosh, this is happening, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. My heart is so full. So this is aptly named, and I'm just grateful. And I just want to flag that Masonia has joined us. Okay, so Ebony, one, thank you. This is going to be something that's going to help so many women, so many people continue to build meaningful pathways to live beyond stigma to HIV, for them to embrace health and wellness, for them to walk worthy in the liberation that people living with HIV deserve. Our humanity is no longer going to be denied. And the timing of this that's happening now with everything that's going on in this nation, in this world, is not by chance. And I'm just grateful for Ebony being obedient to the greater calling and pulling in other women that needed this. And just to be clear and use I statements, a lot of the things that Ebony said in the very beginning about, I lost my husband in 2019 and began to ask the same questions that Ebony named. And I had asked them before, but I wasn't putting substance to them. I wasn't putting in the work. I've been doing the work for others, trying to figure things out, waiting for that perfect moment. And there is no perfect moment. You just got to go. And I asked the question of what is my legacy? Who am I when there is no HIV? Who am I when stigma's gone? And this is an opportunity for me to learn that while helping others, because I'm not going to come into this saying that I'm perfect and haven't figured it out, but I do believe in the greater picture and the greater good. So with that, what do I bring to the table? Did I freeze?
No, we can see you. Keep going.
Okay.
Wait, now you have. All right. While Kamaria unfreezes, let's go to Masonia because we have we on time. So Masonia, you ready? Okay. How about Helen?
Wait, Lasonia, you're muted.
Oh, Masonia's here. She's muted. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I hit unmute and then it left me.
That's all right. Kamaria, we're gonna come back to you. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Masonia.
All right. So thank you so much, Ebony. I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for you. And I'm looking so forward to working in this capacity with you. It's so different, but so needed. And what I bring to the table is not just lived experience, right? But this side of advocacy where I'm just gun-ho for Black women and their needs, right? Not just about myself, but what I hear from the community, what I hear from past times that's been missing, the intentionality behind the legacy work that we are putting in place that has not been acknowledged in the ways that we want it to be. I also bring to the table the perspective of thinking outside the box just a little bit more around what can we do now? And in what ways can we get it done now based on what we've already completed now? And so around our leadership, just making sure that we're celebrating ourselves along the way because tomorrow is not always promised. And just making sure that we bring a little bit more color and light and fun to the table as we are doing this heart-centered work. And I bring some stability around our consistency to the table. So I look forward to not just using the heart that I've had to rebuild in the last 2.5 years, but it's so worth pouring into just working with you, Ebony, and the other women that are new sisters, old sisters, big sisters, little sisters, however you all identify as with me. I love each and every one of you, and I'm just looking forward to serving in a capacity where if you're interested in working with youth or perinatal transmission of HIV, I'm definitely your girl for that. And if you're looking for spaces to create for women impacted with HIV or youth for the prevention of, I'm also your girl for that. So thank you so much, Ebony.
Thank you, Masonia. Well, did you tell them where you're from?
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. My name is Masonia Traylor. And I am based out of Atlanta, Georgia, literally downtown Atlanta, not Metro Atlanta. I had to go put that in there, but yes, that's where I'm from, Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, thank you. And let's go ahead and bring Kamaria back up. And then we are going to, Ms. Helen, are you here? If you are, raise your hand so we'll see you because we on the time limit. I know a lot of people got things to do at once, so I want to make sure we get through this. Ms. Helen, if you are here, raise your hand. If not, I will talk about her. Kamaria, let's go.
I will save the rest of my flowers for another day for Ebony. But what I would like to offer as part of this collective is focusing on organizations, agencies, communities, even if you don't have a title or a 501c3 or anything behind your name, anybody who's wanting to educate and learn more about people first language, stigma assessment, the meaningful involvement of including people living with HIV at every single facet of developing things for people living with HIV, reproductive and sexual health, of course, changing the laws that criminalize people living with HIV, self-care, and that's not in the right order. I should have said self-care first. And of course, the nuances around disclosure and creating spaces around that and materials as well. My favorite thing to do is create presentations and facilitate workshops, strategic planning and mobilization, and working on advocacy and policy engagement, training opportunities, and of course, public speaking and writing. And I will pass it back to Ebony.
Thank you so much, Kamario. Did you tell where you live?
I did not. I live in Central Florida, so I'm right between Tampa and Orlando.
Thank you. All right, so Miss Helen, are you here? All right, I don't see Miss Helen. She probably told me she had something to do, but Miss Helen is from Dallas, Texas. I love Miss Helen. Miss Helen currently works doing HIV programming in Dallas, Texas, and she is another powerhouse. Sending love to her and Alicia, and I don't know if I said Alicia's in North Carolina. So you see, we have an array of expert consultants from across the United States. And between all of us, whatever contracting needs you have, we can meet. All right, let's go to one-on-one with Ebony Turk. And let's get the, take the slide down and we can just talk. So Marvin is going to ask me some questions so you guys can understand some things better really quickly. We're gonna try to do this as quickly as we can so we can get you guys out of here.
All right. This is almost my favorite part. So I'm really excited. I just want to segue into this saying, wow, I am so blown away. So Ebony, we're going to talk really quickly. I'll ask you 3 questions and then we will throw it to the audience. But I just want to start by saying I'm incredibly proud of you. And I want to thank you so very much. In June of this year, she's been working on this since June, you guys. She called me, she says, I need you and I need your help. And I was like, girl, I can't, are you sure? And so we started this journey and here we are. And so I'm really excited about that. So Ebony, so we know that in order to do this work, right, it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, right? So we're just gonna say, I'm gonna tell you to tell us what was the blood part for you. And let's just start by sharing our story about the homework that you didn't like when we first started this process of coaching, and I gave you all this homework and stuff for you, you know, and we were having a conversation one day and I was just like, just speak from your heart. And one of the things that you said was, you was like, you know what? This is my heart work. And immediately we both stopped. And I was like, that's it. That's the name. And you were like, yes, that's it. So tell us a little bit about, you know, you started this process and you're coming in and you were in an amazing space, right? And doing this work, and you've been with PWN. Why now?
So why now is because I, all death really made me think about legacy, really made me think about, if I died tomorrow, what would my kids have to remember me? And I know I've done a lot of amazing things. I know I've affected a lot of amazing life. If I died today, my legacy would live on, but I actually want my legacy to live on for generations to come. I want my grandkids, great-grandkids, great-great-grandkids to speak my name when I'm not here. I want my community, the HIV community, will never, ever be forgotten. Even if HIV goes away, the community will never be forgotten, because this community has worked hard, very hard, to make change in this country. So, why now is because why not now? I'm not getting any younger. I got the confidence. I got the right coaching. I got the right people to help me. I have learned from all the agencies I've been blessed to work at. I've learned from all of the amazing people living with HIV that has allowed me in their lives. And I realized that the reason I am the way I am, the reason why I work from my heart and I can love so well is because my family has loved so well on me. So I want to leave a legacy for them as well. That's why now.
Awesome. Well, because of the sake of time, we're not going to go into the other question, but I will ask you this one last question before we go to the next segment, before we wrap up. Now that you have so many people here that you love and so many people here that love you and so many have convened to be a part of this amazing moment today, what is your ask? So all of the people that love you and that you love, what is your ask? What is your direct ask of everyone that's here and that's going to listen after today?
Thank you. As an advocate, you always have an ask. And my ask is support us. Put our name in rooms that we are not in. Give us a chance. I haven't gotten here because I was the smartest person in the room. I've gotten here because people gave me a chance. So my ask is keep us booked and busy. My ask is if you are not a person who controls funding and money and runs agencies, if you are my family, if you are just my friend, when you see us share things, share them, support them, put this information out there, because education for HIV empowerment is empowerment for all, not just for us. This is a public health issue. So any public health issue, we can change, we can help, we can inspire, we can grow. So help support us. The only way we are going to be successful, and I know I didn't go into this thinking that we would fail. I went into this knowing that we would be successful, which is why one of the reasons that pushed me to do it, although I was afraid. So we're going to be successful, but we can only be successful with your support. Please support us. That's my ask. We have a lot of knowledge here, a lot of expertise, and we want to use it to help our community.
Awesome. So now we're going to go to, are we ready for our next?
We're going to do our ribbon cutting. Let's go. Let's go. So my kids are going to help me. 2 of them anyway. They're not moving fast enough. Here we go. Hold that. One of y'all. Come on this side.
We need a drum roll.
Oh, can y'all wait. Hold it up.
Coming off mute for this.
A drum roll.
Go everybody.
Here we go.
Like excellence.
We have officially launched, and before I let you guys go, we're at 1 o'clock, but before I let you guys go, really quickly, Marvin, put the slides back up. Come on. I love y'all. Thank you. This has been awesome. So,
Oh, that's so cute.
I want to thank, actually, Marvin, take your slides down, because I take your slides down. I'm gonna share mine.
Okay, yeah.
Hold on 1 minute. Y'all don't go nowhere.
Get that cash app over there.
I know that's right.
I saw it.
All right, let's see. Let's go. All right. So special thanks to some people. I had to do this. So of course, God, my creator, I wouldn't been able to do none of this without that. My children, they support me in so many ways. Love them. Business consultants, Marvin, he helped me birth this thing. He helped me name this thing. Marvin Anderson, HeartWorks Consultant Development, Marshall Bell. Hey, Marshall, I know you are here. Marshall is helping me continue to develop and strategically plan for this firm and business planning, and so we can continue to grow. And all of my HeartWorks consultant experts, y'all didn't have to trust me with promoting y'all, but y'all did, and I appreciate it. Family support. Carolyn and Larcene Turk have supported me a lot. These people have supported me in a special way, so I wanted to shout them out. Raven White and my cousin, LaShonda Ball. They have supported me in a special way. Agencies and org, Chicago House and Social Service Agency. Stan Sloan and Judy Perloff gave me a chance. My first job, no experience. They let me run a whole program. University of Chicago, Matt Richards, second job. He let me run and grow a whole program. And of course, Nana Kana and Vanita Ray also helped me grow in so many ways, gave me a chance, still giving me a chance. I resigned and they gave me a contract job. Their sisterhood, their mentorship and the organization is just awesome. So I thank them. I also want to thank Barb at Positive Women's Network USA too, because she has helped me in a special way as well. And then my coaching and mentorship, Danielle Thomas, Janelle Bloom, they have both coached me and helped me outside of HIV. So I really love these people. Thank you so much. And you can contact us. I did this out of my own pocket. So anybody who want to go and donate, because we didn't really talk about how finances impact when you want to start a business. So anybody want to donate to help HeartWorks keep moving forward and help HeartWorks with any of the things that they need, please go to one of these donating apps and donate. And please go visit our website. Our website is heartworks-consulting.com. Tell me what you think. And thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining me. Put us to work. We need it. Support us, share. You all have a good day. And thanks so much for being here.
Go, Ebony.
Go, Ebony.
Magic.
Congratulations.
Go, Ebony.
Woo!
Ebony. Good job.